They both acknowledge the country is divided in a way that is more toxic, more dangerous than any time since the American Civil War. But they're not able to do anything about it because they feed that division. They're telling you to hate the other people. You can't do that and end the divide. I'm inviting all of you to join me to create an America that we can believe in and be proud of again. I'm Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and I'm running for President of the United States.
Hij lijkt op zijn beroemde vader, die 56 jaar geleden in juni 1968 als presidentskandidaat werd vermoord.
Senator Kennedy has been shot. Is that possible?
De stem van de 70-jarige Robert Jr. klinkt hortend en hees door een neurologische aandoening.
I've been fighting corporate corruption my entire life, but I understand that today the problem is much larger than a few crooked individuals.
RFK Jr. werpt zich op als het echte alternatief in de race. Zijn kiezers zijn heel enthousiast en willen geen Biden en geen Trump.
I believe Trump is a career criminal, and I've never liked Biden. He's totally wrong on the vaccine. He has no idea what he's talking about.
I usually vote for conservative. So Kennedy has the conservative part and also the approach to the young people.
Our values align, and he's all about our planet, and I think that should come number one.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Austin.
Bij zijn toehoorders zie je veel onafhankelijke kiezers. Een pak alternatievo's. Mensen die de natuur aanbidden.
If Nicole and I get into office, everything is going to change. Everything.
RFK Jr. is bekend geraakt als milieuadvocaat. Maar ook als antivaxer of toch zeer argwanend tegenover vaccinaties.
The infectious mortality of measles was 10,000 people a year in 1900. But by 1963, it was 400 a year. And almost all of the people who were infected were malnourished. And what this study found is that all medical interventions, vaccines, antibiotics, and surgeries had almost nothing to do. They found less than 3% impact on the decline in mortalities. The decline they attributed to the bolstering of immune systems.
Kan Robert Kennedy het verschil maken in de presidentsverkiezing als hij in 50 staten op het stembiljet zou staan? Kennedy krijgt nu rond de 10% in de peilingen. Dat is niet niets.
The strength he has right now is that he's not Donald Trump or Joe Biden. He's something different. And when we think about third-party candidates in the United States, they start off as saviors, somebody who's going to really shake up the political system and be that outside voice that we need, but they eventually devolve into something kooky as we learn more about them and we hear about their policy proposals. One big reason people run as third-party candidates is because the major two parties don't want them.
Ook zijn eigen familieleden willen Kennedy niet steunen. President Biden voerde onlangs campagne met de andere Kennedys.
We want to make crystal clear our feeling that the best way forward for America is to re-elect Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to 4 more years.
Veel kiezers zijn de Trump-chaos beu of ze vinden Biden te oud of fout in Gaza. Kan RFK daardoor winnen?
The desperate voters aren't as many as we think. A lot of people who are desperate aren't going to vote in America anyway. This is one of the problems of the American system. On election day, half of our voters stay at home. What we see is most of the people who are saying they're going to vote for RFK Jr. are political independents. And if you want to win an election based on young voters, new voters, and independents, we have a term for that in America. It's called loser.
And I say segregation now, segregation tomorrow, and segregation forever.
De racistische presidentskandidaat George Wallace won in 1968 5 staten als derde kandidaat tussen Nixon en Humphrey. Ross Perot maakte het in 1992 George Bush en Bill Clinton knap lastig.
Just for the record, I don't have any spin doctors. I don't have any speechwriters. Probably shows.
Ross Perot in 1992 comes out and is so strong that he's part of the presidential debates, that you could no longer ignore those attacks or the policies that he's raising.
Perot haalde 20% van alle stemmen. Toch was Perot als derde hond in het kegelspel niet bepalend voor de nederlaag van zittend president Bush.
Probably not, because Perot did well in the states that Bush had won handily. So it wasn't like he took votes away, but he definitely changed the discourse of the election. For RFK, if the only reason people are coming out to vote is to vote for RFK, it will have no impact on the election. But if people are voting for RFK instead of Biden or instead of Donald Trump and the election's very close, then he could be a factor.
Volgens professor Smith is een overwinning van Kennedy hoogst onwaarschijnlijk. Robert Kennedy zegt dat hij de scheuring en de polarisatie in het land kan oplossen.
They both acknowledge the country is divided in a way that is more toxic, more dangerous than any time since the American Civil War. But they're not able to do anything about it because they feed that division. They're telling you to hate the other people. You can't do that and end the divide.
Kennedy is een vervelende stoorfactor voor Biden en voor Trump. Kennedy kan mogelijk de einduitslag bepalen.
You're not afraid that voting for a third-party candidate will weaken Biden or Trump?
No, I don't care about that at all.
Just your principle.
Exactly. That's the word.
Robert Kennedy Jr. ziet de toekomst al voor zich. Maar of dat ook in het Witte Huis zal zijn, is maar de vraag.
We have three big political demographics in this country. The Democrats represent 27% of Americans. The Republicans, self-identified, represent 27%. The Independents represent 43%. Oh, don't you think that there should be an independent on the stage? Because I think it's important that the American people see their presidential candidates debate each other and are able to make up their mind based upon what happens in that debate. Our politicians ought to be able to defend their records. They ought to be able to defend their ideas. They ought to be able to express their vision for this country to the American people. And I'll leave you with three thoughts. One is that any power that government takes from the people, it will never return voluntarily. Number two rule, every power that government takes, it will ultimately abuse to the maximum extent possible. And number three, nobody ever complied their way out of totalitarianism. The only thing we can do is resist. Thank you all very much.
Try but never stop me. This is what I'm made of. I will never ever let go. This is what I'm made of. No one can control me. 'Cause this is what I'm made of. You can hate but never break me. This is what I'm made of. You can try but never stop me. 'Cause this is what I'm made of. I This is what I'm made of. No one can control me, 'cause this is what I'm made of. You can hate but never break me, 'cause this is what I'm made of.